Brainy Bites, a daily dose for self-improvement.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Brainy Bites channel. Do you ever feel like you're your own worst enemy? Do you find yourself consistently getting in your own way and hindering your progress towards your goals? Are you tired of self-sabotage holding you back from achieving success and fulfillment in your life? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to permanently stop self-sabotage. I'll be sharing with you 5 steps you can take to break the cycle of self-sabotage and start achieving your goals with confidence and ease. So, if you're ready to learn how to overcome self-sabotage and start living the life you truly deserve, then keep watching. Self-sabotage is a common phenomenon that can prevent us from achieving our goals and living up to our full potential. It's the act of self-defeating behavior that undermines our success, happiness, and well-being. Whether it's procrastination, self-doubt, negative self-talk, or any other form of self-sabotage, it can be a significant obstacle in our lives. However, it's possible to overcome self-sabotage and create a more fulfilling life. In this video, we'll discuss some effective strategies to permanently stop self-sabotage and achieve success in our personal and professional lives. Here are 5 steps to permanently stop self-sabotage. Step number 1. Identify the underlying beliefs and patterns. The first step in stopping self-sabotage is to identify the underlying beliefs and patterns that lead to self-defeating behavior. This involves examining your thoughts and emotions, understanding the triggers that lead to self-sabotage, and recognizing the patterns that hold you back. Once you identify these underlying beliefs and patterns, you can start to challenge them and replace them with more positive and constructive ones. Step number 2. Develop self-awareness. Developing self-awareness is crucial in stopping self-sabotage. This involves paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and understanding how they contribute to self-sabotage. By being aware of your inner dialogue, you can recognize negative self-talk and replace it with positive self-talk. Additionally, by being aware of your emotions, you can learn to manage them effectively and avoid acting on impulse. Step number 3. Practice self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion is another key step in stopping self-sabotage. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, even when you make mistakes. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes, and it's part of the learning process. By practicing self-compassion, you can reduce the feelings of shame, guilt, and self-blame that often contribute to self-sabotage. Step number 4. Set realistic goals. Setting realistic goals is another important step in stopping self-sabotage. Often, people set goals that are too ambitious or unrealistic, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm and eventually, self-sabotage. By setting realistic goals, you can avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay motivated to achieve them. Step number 5. Take action. Finally, taking action is the most critical step in stopping self-sabotage. It's essential to take consistent, deliberate action towards your goals, even when you feel afraid or uncertain. Taking action builds momentum, increases confidence, and helps you to overcome self-doubt and fear. By taking action, you can break the cycle of self-sabotage and create a more fulfilling life. Are you ready to start? Let's talk about the steps in detail. But before we proceed, kindly like, share and subscribe this channel. Step number 1. Identify the underlying beliefs and patterns. The first step in stopping self-sabotage is to identify the underlying beliefs and patterns that lead to self-defeating behavior. This involves examining your thoughts and emotions, understanding the triggers that lead to self-sabotage. In order to identify the underlying beliefs and patterns that lead to self-sabotage, it's important to examine your thoughts and emotions. This requires being honest with yourself about your feelings, even if they are uncomfortable. You may need to take some time to reflect on your past behaviors and analyze what led you to self-sabotage. This could involve journaling, talking with a therapist or coach, or even seeking feedback from trusted friends or family members. Once you have a better understanding of your thoughts and emotions, it's important to identify the triggers that lead to self-sabotage. These triggers could be internal, such as feelings of fear or self-doubt, or external, such as stress or a challenging situation. By recognizing these triggers, you can start to anticipate when they may arise and take proactive steps to prevent self-sabotaging behavior. Additionally, it's important to recognize the patterns that hold you back. For example, you may find that you consistently procrastinate or avoid taking risks. These patterns can be deeply ingrained, but by acknowledging them, you can begin to challenge and change them. You may need to experiment with different strategies to break these patterns, such as setting small, achievable goals or enlisting support from others. Overall, Identifying the underlying beliefs and patterns that contribute to self-sabotage requires a willingness to be honest with yourself and a commitment to self-reflection. This can be a challenging and ongoing process, but by doing so, you can start to create a more fulfilling life that is free from self-sabotage. Is this clear to you? That leads us to the next aspect of this discussion, which is step number 2, develop self-awareness. Developing self-awareness is crucial in stopping self-sabotage. This involves paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and understanding how they contribute to self-sabotage. Developing self-awareness is a critical step in stopping self-sabotage. It involves being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and understanding how they contribute to self-sabotage. This requires taking a step back and objectively examining your inner dialogue, your emotional reactions to situations, and your behaviors in response to those emotions. To develop self-awareness, it's essential to practice mindfulness. This means paying attention to the present moment without judgment or distraction. Mindfulness can be practiced through meditation, deep breathing, or other relaxation techniques. By practicing mindfulness, you can start to observe your thoughts and emotions in a non-judgmental way, which can help you to recognize when you are engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors. Another way to develop self-awareness is to keep a journal. Writing down your thoughts and emotions can help you to process them and gain a better understanding of how they contribute to self-sabotage. Additionally, reflecting on your behavior after the fact can help you to recognize patterns and make changes for the future. It's also important to seek feedback from others. Talking with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can provide an outside perspective on your behavior and help you to gain a better understanding of how your actions impact others. Overall, developing self-awareness requires a commitment to paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and a willingness to be honest with yourself about your shortcomings. By doing so, you can start to recognize when you are engaging in self-sabotage and take proactive steps to prevent it. Am I getting my point across? Let's move on to step number 3, practice self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion is another key step in stopping self-sabotage. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, even when you make mistakes. Practicing self-compassion is an important step in stopping self-sabotage. It involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, even when you make mistakes or experience setbacks. This can be difficult, especially if you are used to being self-critical or perfectionistic. However, by practicing self-compassion, you can start to change your inner dialogue and develop a more positive relationship with yourself. To practice self-compassion, it's important to start by acknowledging your feelings and experiences. This means recognizing and accepting your emotions, rather than suppressing or ignoring them. You can do this by taking a few deep breaths, checking in with your body, and asking yourself how you are feeling. Once you have acknowledged your emotions, you can start to respond to yourself with kindness and understanding. This could involve saying kind and supportive words to yourself, reminding yourself that it's okay to make mistakes, and recognizing that everyone experiences setbacks and challenges. Another way to practice self-compassion is to engage in self-care activities. This could involve taking a relaxing bath, going for a walk in nature, or doing something creative. By taking care of your physical and emotional needs, you can show yourself that you are worthy of love and care. It's also important to be patient with yourself and to remember that self-compassion is a skill that takes time to develop. You may need to practice self-compassion regularly in order to see the benefits. Overall, practicing self-compassion requires a willingness to treat yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance. By doing so, you can start to shift your inner dialogue and develop a more positive relationship with yourself, which can help to prevent self-sabotage. Do you see what I'm saying? Expanding on that thought, let's discuss step number 4, set realistic goals. Setting realistic goals is another important step in stopping self-sabotage. Often, people set goals that are too ambitious or unrealistic, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm and eventually, self-sabotage. By setting realistic goals, you can avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay motivated to achieve them. Setting realistic goals is a crucial step in stopping self-sabotage. It involves setting achievable and manageable goals that are in line with your current capabilities and resources. When goals are too ambitious or unrealistic, it can create feelings of overwhelm and eventually lead to self-sabotage. By setting realistic goals, you can avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay motivated to achieve them. To set realistic goals, it's important to start by understanding your current capabilities and resources. This means taking stock of your skills, knowledge, time, and energy levels. Once you have a good understanding of your current capabilities and resources, you can start to set goals that are achievable and manageable. When setting goals, it's important to make them specific, measurable, and time-bound. This means setting a clear and specific goal, identifying a way to measure progress, and setting a deadline for completion. By doing so, you can hold yourself accountable and track your progress. It's also important to break down larger goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This can help to avoid feeling overwhelmed and make it easier to stay motivated. By breaking down larger goals into smaller tasks, you can also celebrate small wins along the way, which can help to boost your motivation and confidence. Overall, setting realistic goals requires a willingness to understand your current capabilities and resources, and a commitment to setting clear, specific, and measurable goals. By doing so, you can avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay motivated to achieve your goals, which can help to prevent self-sabotage. Is this clear to you? Now we come to the last step. Step number 5, take action. Finally, taking action is the most critical step in stopping self-sabotage. It's essential to take consistent, deliberate action towards your goals, even when you feel afraid or uncertain. Taking action is the most critical step in stopping self-sabotage. It involves committing to taking consistent, deliberate action towards your goals, even when you feel afraid or uncertain. By taking action, you can build momentum and start to see progress towards your goals, which can help to boost your confidence and motivation. To take action, it's important to start by breaking down your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This can make it easier to take action and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Once you have identified the tasks needed to achieve your goals, it's important to prioritize them and create a plan for taking action. It's also important to hold yourself accountable for taking action. This could involve tracking your progress, setting deadlines for completing tasks, and rewarding yourself for making progress. By holding yourself accountable, you can stay motivated and avoid procrastination or self-sabotage. When taking action, it's important to remember that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of the process. Instead of giving up when you encounter a setback, it's important to stay resilient and continue taking action towards your goals. This could involve revising your plan, seeking support from others, or adjusting your expectations. Overall, taking action requires a willingness to commit to consistent, deliberate action towards your goals, even in the face of fear or uncertainty. By taking action, you can build momentum, see progress towards your goals, and prevent self-sabotage. In conclusion, self-sabotage can be a significant obstacle to achieving your goals and fulfilling your potential. However, by following the 5 steps outlined above, you can learn to identify the underlying beliefs and patterns that lead to self-defeating behavior, develop self-awareness, practice self-compassion, set realistic goals, and take consistent, deliberate action towards those goals. By doing so, you can break the cycle of self-sabotage and achieve greater success and fulfillment in your life. Remember, stopping self-sabotage is a process that takes time, patience, and commitment. With a willingness to learn and grow, and a commitment to taking action, you can overcome self-sabotage and achieve your goals. If you found the content of this video to be of value, please help us spread the word by sharing it with your friends, giving it a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.